All right. Welcome, guys.
Good morning.
Just letting everyone come in.
Noah and I have been doing push-ups, just waiting for this meeting to start. So if we're a little out of breath, that's why.
All right, Daniel.
Whoa, the hair is here.
I'm checking in from beautiful Austria.
What time is it?
It's 5 o'clock.
Oh, great. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. The stories are true.
All right. So I'll probably give it another couple minutes, just let people come in. But
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone attended the last meeting, but we're gonna do it a little different this time. And so when I give you guys the signal, just raise your hand, and then I'm gonna make everybody a panelist so that their camera will be on. Mute your mics so that nobody talks over anyone. And we're just gonna do a quick Q&A with Jen and Daniel and tell some
Just
stories.
with Jen. I'm just here for fun.
I
Okay,
think Daniel's saying hi.
there's no
Yeah,
criticism
guys,
in any
just
way.
welcome. So we're letting you in. I'm kind of wanting to make this more of like a little town meeting. So I'm gonna just go ahead. There's a little button at the bottom of your screen that lets you raise your hand. If you want to your camera on, which I would love so I can see your faces, please just raise your hand so that Noah can see that you're okay with your camera being on. Please do that. He'll let you in the room so we can all see each other, and then mute your mics. And by the way, if you don't want your camera on, it's no problem at all. Even if you don't have a question or a form check, I think it's just a great way to all be connected to see each other. So while Noah's doing that, why don't Daniel give us an update from overseas? Tell us everything.
I'm in beautiful Austria right now.
Oh,
Getting
great.
ready to start the setup tomorrow. It's going to be a fun setup, and we can't wait to see people on Sunday. And I think I'm gonna see a couple of our pump legends tonight. Ben Riley, who's lost over 150 pounds, and James. So that'll
Wow.
be fun. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like while everyone's getting set up, we should turn on April. I thought I saw April and Peggy are here, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
April.
Daniel and I were talking about that. I thought we'd leave a little time for story time right up front while we're getting in the room to talk through our Iron Ticket Day.
Yeah.
April goes, yes, where's the camera? April, as a photographer, I'm a little concerned that you don't know where that is. So if your camera it says video, April, in the bottom left hand of your screen, and it says video, probably has a red line through it, just tap and it will let you in. Oh, guys, I can't tell you. It's so good to see your faces. I am just dying of it. Donna, hi, Carly, Steve, Dave, Dan. Oh, great. Bob and I don't know how to pronounce your name. Saibon, you know I'm talking about you. Sibian? Say it again.
Siobhan. I know it's Gaelic.
Siobhan.
So
No,
same
it's
as Bob.
beautiful. I'm
Same
from
as Bob.
Chicago. I butcher names. I'm like Siban, Sibon. Thank you. Oh, it's so great. Oh, Alyssa's here. April, did you find your camera? Let's see. Let's see. I'm looking. I'm seeing the good mornings. Okay. Oh, it's so funny. Dave just said the Pope is from Chicago. I can't tell you how much, like, how much people are excited. They're like, he's from Chicago. He's from Chicago. He's got a trainer. Like, everyone's very excited about this new Pope. So as am I. Okay. So Mike is struggling with the camera too. It's okay, guys. You got me for a whole hour. I don't know how long we have catch though, but I want April on. What about Peggy? Yeah, thanks for helping each other out.
Peggy, I see you're on. Can you just click mute? If you're on an iPhone, it's at the bottom left of your screen.
Yeah.
And it will
Kathleen, what week is this for you? 180 something? Did you give me a Yeah, 181. Nice. I knew you were in the 80s. All good, you guys. So even April, if you can't get your screen on, we'd love to just hear it if you just unmute. So there's the bottom of the screen and you can just, it says audio and you just tap it once. You're probably on your iPhones and that's why it's a little tricky. Does anybody have an iPhone that they're calling from that they can navigate these ladies to their
I'm on my
AV?
iPhone, so
Oh,
if you
Daniel's like,
click,
I'm right here.
if you click the screen, a menu will come up across the bottom. And the first two things on the menu are a microphone that says mute, and then a camera that says start or stop video.
Perfect.
So just click the screen and the menu will come up automatically at the bottom.
Tech. I mean, I can talk about the experience, but I really want you to hear it from everyone else.
Well, does anyone with their camera on have questions for Jen? Anybody?
Yeah,
well,
we can. So what we'll do is this, we'll switch to Q&A. So basically, just to refresh you guys, I'm Jen Widerstrom. I'm one of the newest coaches here at the Palm. Some of you, I think, have known me through various things in my career, whether it was as a trainer on The Biggest Loser or even training online, but a lot of people's, the fan favorite is American Gladiator. So it's kind of a lot of fun. John, I just saw you laugh. Yeah. So I've been around for a while. My education is from the University of Kansas. I have I'm a specialist in behavior change and weight loss therapies. And I've been doing this a long time. I'm in my 40s and I love doing this. So what I wanted to do is open the questions to anything that comes up for you. If there's things that you're stuck with, workouts, nutrition, mindset, let's get to that. And then I do have form check time set aside. So if that's something you want to go through, we did have people submit videos. I am going to hold time for that, but I'm going to do that towards the end. So I'm going to start. Carly, I saw your hand up first. Go ahead and unmute and let's kick in. And once the girls figure out their cameras and mics, we can do story time towards the end, if that's okay.
Awesome. So hi, I apologize. My cat is very needy right now, so she's going to be everywhere.
All good.
My question is about movements for diastasis recti.
Yes.
So I had 2 C-sections, and it's quite challenging. It's kind of looks like a loaf of bread sometimes, and not
Yeah.
really sure what movements I should be doing to help
Mhm.
with that,
Mhm.
or if there are movements I shouldn't be doing. What
Yeah.
should what can I focus on?
Great question. So just to bring everybody in the tent here, say it again, diastasis recti. I think I got it
Yeah,
out. It's
yeah.
basically what happens through pregnancy for many women is our bellies expand the muscle, the actual suture that comes right down the middle starts to like split apart. And when the babies come out, they actually don't always come together. And that's what Carly's experiencing. So what you want to do is a lot more subtle. You don't want to go into deep crunches. And you don't want to go into loaded ab work just yet. How old is your youngest now?
He's actually a year. So
Great. Okay,
and I've
wonderful.
yeah,
So
been working
yeah,
on
so
this for
part
a
of
while.
no, but listen, it takes you 9 months to bake the baby. It's going to take a lot of time to let your body kind of return. And I see a lot of other moms here nodding their heads. So you're in good company. So just remember that also with your C-section, we cut across through many layers of muscle. And I think that's where you're having that connection point. So I recommend a few things. One, you want to look at isometric and transverse abdominis work, meaning you look at planks, and you look at very, very gentle movement in these isometric, which means held position. So like there's something called a Pallof press, and that's where you have like a cable, and I want you seated to start, but you basically are here. The band is coming from where the screen is, and I exhale, I grip and almost think about like my organs coming together as you press out, okay? So what happens is people see abs on the cover of magazines. The ones I need you to work, Carly, are the ones beneath that. There's this ring of muscle that goes 306 degrees around our core, which, by the way, anybody that deadlifts, overhead presses, bench presses, you want to do this too. So whether you've had a baby or not, fellas, this is a great idea for you as well. You want to be here, and as you press out with that weight, it could be a band as well. The band's pulling you this way, so it's an anti-rotation extension. And as you exhale, you're pulling in tight through here. So you're gonna, by the way, you're starting, you're kind of beginner abs, right? We're getting that tissue to reconnect. So I recommend sets of 6, like 3 sets of 6 as part of your warm-up. So when you see the pump and you see our warm-up, do your push-ups, do your rows, do your lunges, do your Pallof presses. I also highly recommend you looking into some Pilates. I'm a massive fan of Pilates. It's the way we started to rehab our veterans post-war. They were in hospital beds, and that's where the Joseph Pilates created this whole system of healing, because these guys were on their backs and they couldn't move. And so it's a great way to get connected to your center. So fun fact there, you are a veteran of motherhood, right? So it'll be great. But look into those isometrics. And then as you start to feel better, and again, energetically really thinking about coming, like connecting. Like the cue I was given when I was learning this was gather your organs, pull them in and up. Then we can start to take the Pallof pressed and then twist a little, stuff like that. But that's where I would recommend you. The Pallofs, graduating to twists, and look into a Pilates session or 2 to start to feel that connection again.
And on the Pallof, how far are you twisting? Is it a big range or just like
So
until you
face
feel
forward,
something?
you're just literally pressing out. That's it.
Okay.
You will feel it because the tension of the cable or the band is pulling your hands that way, right? Where
Okay.
it's anchored. So
Yeah.
your job is to not let it pull you. It's an anti-rotation exercise.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You
Didn't
bet,
know that
you
about
bet.
Pilates. That is a new
Isn't
fact I'm
it
going to tell
neat?
people.
Oh, you're gonna be, it's a great party trick. Yep, it's pretty awesome. Okay.
Thank you.
I'm gonna keep us moving. Alyssa, go ahead.
Hi, everybody. My name's Elisa. So I'm Elisa Christine on the app. And the question that I have is for someone who has quite a few broken bits and a partially torn meniscus, what's the best way that I can protect my knees when doing either squats or deadlift or lunge? Is a Chopat strap sufficient and or other?
Have you decided, so with the torn meniscus, the surgery is not necessary? Your docs say we're cool.
Not necessary.
Great. Oh, great news. By the way, I've torn mine. Let it do. It's fine. But what we need to do is create some strength around the, muscles they're great teammates. They want to work together. They want to support you. And so what I want you to do is start to think about not eliminating anything, but starting with a slightly smaller range of motion. And by the way, you know how I feel about, squatting full depth. We've talked about that going forward. But for you, while we're teaching those ligaments, tendons, and muscles to feel safe again, like I would start you a little more shallow. So if you're squatting, I mean, here we are, like I love a squat to a bench. We actually just posted a video on the internet, like old school Arnold footage from pumping iron. Like I'm above parallel right now.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a great way whether you have a barbell. By the way, my barbell today is a Swiffer, so you guys let's keep laughing to a minimum. But like, whether you're here and going up, I still am putting a load and tension there's a complexity of muscle happening that are going to get better and better. So you can load here, and as you start to feel good, we bring that down. Same thing with deadlifts. Instead of getting all the way down and loaded, right?
Mm-hmm.
I lift the floor up. So I'll take a 35 or a 45-pound plate or 2 small equal boxes, bring the floor up. So I start the bar higher, right?
Okay.
And I do the same thing. And what's gonna happen is you're gonna establish a really healthy contrast in that muscle tissue.
Mhm.
And as you go deeper into that, you're gonna be ready for it. So that's what I'll do. So shorten the range, build the load, go lower. Short, lengthen, build, go lower, lengthen, build, go lower. Make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
What about weight though? Should I be reducing?
Nah, your body is gonna tell you. So what I want you to do is use those workup sets to check in with their body every day. And that's for everybody. Each day is a little bit different. Some days I feel like a superhero. Some days I'm like, man, like my 70% feels harder than normal. So use the day, use the workup sets. If you feel even a level 1 or 2 pain,
Mhm.
too heavy. We're not gonna re-injure or interrupt that healing process.
Okay, great.
Cool?
Thank you very
I
much.
did,
And
you're welcome. I did see
on
Peggy's here. Yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead,
I
Danielle.
see Peggy and April, but really quick on Jen's note about workup sets. We will be officially adding workup sets into the app so that you
Love.
guys can get credit for them and track them. But make sure you read Adam's article in the recommended tab, don't warm up your muscles, because for a squat, a bench, a deadlift, any compound movements, you don't want to just jump in and start lifting. You want to do some lighter weights. For Adam does much lower reps than people are used to. He's not doing 10 reps workup sets because that's just fatiguing you before you get to your lift. He has me doing 5 reps of 150 on deadlift and then 3 reps of 330 and then so you're doing much lower reps till you get to your working weight. We also don't want you to waste any of your sets that we have in the app because they're all working sets. Those are not your warm-ups. Even if it's 20 reps, Arnold wants you going 20 reps where the last 3 really suck. So we'll have that added for you, but for now, read that article and just focus on those big compound movements. You find where you are every day. Like yesterday, I zoomed with Nick the whole time I was deadlifting, and he directed my workup, and we knew when I did my 495 workup set that we were going really heavy because it was flying.
Mhm.
Now, obviously, most people aren't going to need that many workup sets. At some point you
Yeah.
will, hopefully.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but
let's turn
it's
it.
perfect. You said that. Sibion just said that, she just said her bench is much lighter than your deadlifts. Yeah, so the cool thing about getting strong is you're strong, but then you do require more workup sets. So if you don't have a very heavy barbell yet, it might require a few less workup sets, which is cool. So, but you will get there, no doubt.
Yes, if you're going to start with say 95 pounds on bench press, you might want to go in with the bar for 5 to 8 reps,
Yep.
then do maybe 65 for 3 to
Yep.
4 reps, and then go for it.
Yeah. I echo that 100%.
Let's hear from the Iron Ticket people about their day. Let's have fun story time.
Yeah, you
Peggy,
both should
April?
unmute, Peggy and April, and just
Oh, I
jump
thought I
in.
had I thought I'd unmuted.
You are unmuted. You're good.
You are unmuted.
Good morning, everybody. I can't see
Peggy!
everyone. Hi. Mwah. I just mwah.
Hi, Peggy.
Hi. Oh my gosh. Hello. Good morning.
Well,
Good
go
What
ahead,
was
jump
the-
in, April. Kick us
You-
off.
You can, oh well, hi everybody. It's wonderful to not see you. I still can't see everybody.
I can't either.
Hey,
Just swipe your screens if you want, but it's okay.
it's fine. Wednesday was absolutely amazing. The Iron Ticket is everything that you could possibly hope for. But just to not take over everything, I came away with it with 2 things. First of all, Arnold is the most approachable person on the planet. He's incredible. But when he was really pushing intensity, just the last little bit of the hold, so if you have 10 reps and you get to that 9 and that 10, it's that hold. So I came away with a different idea of intensity. And so I have a question for Ketch and for you, Jen. Half the time when I'm on the programs, I'm trying to gauge, like, if we're doing a discentric load, like if you start with 12 reps and go to 10 and 8 and 6, because let's say that that's what's being called for on the 4-day upper lower split. I've been worrying about my weights, like how many weights am I supposed to have? And I'm trying to always gauge within 3, have the amount of weight that gets me within 3 reps of that goal. But I came away from Wednesday and I realized one of the things that you can do is you can actually increase your intensity while you're lifting and hold on that last rep. And that gets you to that 8, 9, or 10 number. It's not so much that I have to worry about the weight. I have to worry about the intensity that uses 100% of that weight. Does that make sense?
I'm gonna give you guys a little context. Like, so we were doing let's say a curl, and we were sitting there, and he was counting us in, and then the last rep, he made them hold at full contraction and talked all of us into like a real, like, he's like you're giving a double bicep. So not only just sitting here engaging and holding, and he would do a 10 count or a 5 count. So that's what
it
she
was a
means
long
by
time.
yeah, holding at the end. So do the full set plus a hold. And so you're saying using that tactic has helped you bring that intensity safely into a place that was challenging for you now.
Yeah, like I'm not
Yeah.
so worried about, what exactly should that weight number be.
Yeah.
Now more about that intensity. And then I put on my Instagram, anybody that wants to get on there, April Austin Images. I'm a photographer, so April Austin Images on Instagram, and there's a video on there now, and he's talking about it later, but he talks about when after you hold it, really, really, really hold it and squeeze, as you're letting it go, maintain that degree. And I'd never done that before. I thought I had. I'm like, I'm not just going to release it. But he really nailed it. He stuck his finger right on my bicep, and he's like, no, you're not doing it. And then when I did it, he said, there it is. That's the perfect. So that's what I came away with. And I texted Daniel yesterday. When I picked up the dumbbell yesterday, it was a completely different feel. I had a different feel and a different intensity on it. So I'm trying to get everybody quickly to realize that there's a big difference between fatigue and intensity. And I actually thought I knew what intensity was. So Wednesday it was like, okay, that's intense. So anyway,
Peggy's great. Peggy's agreeing with you. Go ahead.
It was wonderful. Peggy, your turn.
Mwah! Oh my gosh, I can't see all of you. I just love all of you so much. I can see Jen right now. So the most important question of the day is what lip gloss do you wear, Jen? You're just absolutely gorgeous.
Let's get that right now. Here we
Okay,
go.
let's get that right now.
Thank you so much, guys. It's called Candy Baby from Victoria's Secret. It costs like $5.
Candy Baby. Okay.
It's great. It's just great anytime, anywhere. There you go.
Anything that I can put on to be like you, Jen. I'm just going to do everything the Jen way. So
you put that on, and all of a sudden you've got biceps.
Bam!
Like
this is what happens.
Well, I just want, hi, April. I just wanted to echo what April said, is that this totally changed my life, because I thought I was working with full intensity, with full flex, full stretch. I just did this little body weight workout that I do in the hotel gym, and I was sweating. I just smoked myself in there. These full reps, full flex all the way down, keeping that muscle contracted. Guys, what Arnold was doing is he was touching our biceps and making sure that they were fully contracted all the way up and down. And it's totally life-changing, I think, in the way that I'm going to work out for my entire future. And I wish that all of you could have seen how Arnold just goes in this zone. You could see his face change. I don't know where the heck he went, but he was activating I was thinking he was probably activating all of his muscles that he was intending to work, and picturing them being the form that he wanted them to be even. I mean, I think there's a tremendous amount going on in his workouts, and I was totally inspired. I was inspired by all of you. I was taking my shower here and thinking I was surrounded by greatness, and I know that greatness is pervasive in this village, and I just am ignited I'm 52 years old, and I'm ignited and fired up by all of you to just grow and grow and grow and continue on this path that, I thought I was done. And you guys have renewed and inspired me once again.
Wow.
Incredible.
Yeah, a
Wow.
quick story. At the end of everything, we went back to the office, and then Ketch was filming us. We were blubbering idiots. I mean, it was
Oh, it was a mess. It was a mess.
such
It was
an emotional
overwhelming.
day.
There were a lot of tears.
It
Yeah.
wasn't all a mess. This is April with the
Stop!
Conan sword. I mean, I just want to be honest. She wasn't crying the whole time. Look at her.
I
Look at that
wasn't, man.
intensity.
That sword was everything. I love the sword. Listen, the whole Conan thing, I'm sold. My husband and I married 39 years. Our first movie date was to Conan. This was so full circle. I mean, it was just like, holy moly, it was
This
great.
is AJ with the Terminator 2 shotgun. We did a little pose off with that.
Oh my gosh.
And AJ posed. I hope everybody can get a chance to see the pictures of AJ, because he absolutely nailed it. And you could see Arnold was very, very impressed by him. It was incredible.
Oh, during
that
the
was
workout.
It was a beautiful thing to see Arnold working through all of those poses with AJ, and AJ knew each pose, and then to see him going through that experience, and then what I thought was extraordinary was seeing Arnold flash a pose, and that was
muscle
He
memory,
did.
right?
off the
Just went
charts.
on it. Yeah, it was amazing.
And then in the background, you guys, Adam was working his ass off. That guy was
I'm glad
amazing
you're
to
pointing that
watch.
out. I'm glad you're
mean,
pointing that out.
Adam doesn't
Full-
sit around and talk.
It was incredible seeing him. And you guys, he's stealth. He tries to be very stealth, but that guy is
He's
so
really strong.
jacked. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So
And
Jack, he took
this
his
was supposed to be
sweater off. I was like, oh, Adam.
Right,
Hides
and
their
then-
arms.
Daniel was
Yeah.
supposed to have a day off, and Daniel does the entire full rack of whatever the arm was. That's crazy.
Flies. And
Yeah.
then I did some shoulder presses, but it didn't slow me down.
And then April, who else made a little visit? Your favorite gladiator? I know I'm your second
Rolf.
favorite. Yep, but
Right, Rolf Mueller was there. He's
Yeah.
in Gladiator. He's in the first Gladiator movie. And let's see, Joseph was there. Arnold's son Joseph was there. Dieter was there. Arnold was
Dieter was
cracking
there.
up with Dieter. Arnold's picking on me, saying I had never used the machine before, and I said that to Arnold, and he made total fun of me. We don't pay any attention to what women say when they. It was
no,
hysterical.
it was saying she's like, I don't know how this works. She's like, when a woman says she doesn't know how it works, we don't pay attention to that. Like he was complimenting
That was
you.
an innuendo.
Yes, yes, it certainly would. But it was really fun. Like
Listen, I got it. I knew what he was doing, but it was really fun. It was really fun. But yeah, just the total Gold's Gym environment, working outside. We saw Heidi. Heidi's 84 years old, and Heidi worked there before Arnold.
Yeah.
I actually have a video on that. I'll try to send it. I put it in the Dropbox. Heidi is a woman, and Arnold,
Amazing.
she was at Gold's. She was the only woman working out in basically Muscle Beach during the 60s. And it was because women were not allowed at Gold's Gym at that time. And it was because there wasn't enough space for women's bathrooms or locker rooms, I think is what Arnold said.
Yeah.
So she was the only one out there doing it. And she came by and said hello. And that was quite inspiring.
It was incredible. I mean, that's who I want to be when I grow up. I want to be Heidi.
Yeah.
She was amazing.
And then one last thing, you know what else we did? We had the opportunity of coaching Arnold for fun. So there will be a couple of videos of us telling Arnold, push eins, put your mind in your muscle.
Well, you did. I nobody else yelled at him.
I
But you,
didn't.
April. I was like,
It was
He
great.
loved
It was
it.
fantastic.
I wanna bring us-
Sorry, go ahead, Daniel. Hi.
I want to start bringing us back to questions, but I do
Okay,
want to
sorry.
touch on two
Yeah.
things that they talked about there. There are articles in the app for everyone to learn this without needing Arnold to push them to do it. If you read The Art of Tension that Adam wrote, but it's a lot harder to read it and digest it, and all of us are going to struggle at times. Like when I started the Maximize Your Strength program, and I'm on the advanced level, I texted Adam my first or second workout when I saw, I think it was 20-second planks. And I talked about this in the app. It was like, Adam, 20 seconds, I'm advanced.
Yeah.
And then I remembered the Art of Tension article, and because Adam wasn't texting back, and I understand he has 3 kids and we run this whole thing together. So I just said, you know what? I'm just going to squeeze literally everything as hard as I can. And that 20 seconds was terrible. I wanted it to be over. So once you do things like that, where you say, well, wait, I can do a 1-minute plank. Yeah, you can, but can you do a 1-minute plank where you're literally flexing from your calves to your butt, every single muscle? You probably cannot.
That's right.
Yeah.
So make
Yeah.
sure to read The Art of Tension, and then really try to be mindful when you're exercising, not to just go through the motions, but to really feel every ounce of tension in the movement.
Yeah.
All right, I'll stop taking over now, and let Jen get to more questions.
Amazing, Daniel. We're just so good. We weren't sure we got to see you today, so thank you for bringing Austria to us.
Thank you.
And girls, thank you for sharing. Just you're bubbling over with the joy, and still, I know I'm running on high. So thank you for sharing and being so open.
Thank you.
Okay, jumping into flow. Steve, your hand's up next. Let's go for it.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Good morning, Jen. Good morning, Catch. So nice to see you guys in person. Thank you for taking the time to set this up today. Just can't thank you enough. I could go on, probably take up the rest of the time. Just thank you for all the advice, but we'll catch you back on the schmooze this weekend. So my question is for my daughter. She's 18, just graduated high school, and is going to college in the fall. She's an active girl. She's a little intimidated by going in the gym, but I thought it'd be cool if, Jen, what would you give your 18-year-old self advice on after everything you've learned on your, training and career path? You had a chance to go back in time and say, just some, a couple basic things of what would you do different, or what would you just focus on?
2 core things came up immediately. Number 1, start with machines. If you are a novice in a gym and you're learning your body's output, you're learning your body's range of motion, machines set a really safe place. Like it sounds funny, like people are scared to do legs. Lunges are scary because you're like, I'm up, will I fall down? I'm losing my balance. You get to take a seat and you do extensions. So it creates a nice container to start to learn range and strength on. So I would start with that. And the other thing I wish I had done more younger was ask for help. And what I mean by that is every single person, even Arnold, was a beginner at one point. How do we get better as beginners? We ask for help. So there's such an undercurrent in strength training and fitness of empathy, of people that were new once and that aren't new anymore. And people helped me, and I just can't wait to help when people ask for questions. So start with machines, ask for help.
Perfect. Thanks so much for your time.
Of course, hon. And by the way, if anyone's not muted, please mute if you're not the one answering the question or asking the question. Thank you, Steve. Okay, Dave, you're up, buddy. And Steve, you can lower your hand too now if you want to get out of the, yep. Can't hear you yet, Dave?
Sorry.
No,
Yeah, I just realized when you said Dave, there's a lot of Daves, so I wasn't sure. But I'll jump in. Since you worked on The Biggest Loser and other shows like this, I just wanted your best tip for avoiding stress eating. I bring healthy food to work, but I work in a hospital, and I know Arnold says put down the cookies. I need to put down the donuts. I will eat healthy, but the stress gets to me. And once I pass the donut for the 3rd time, I normally pick it up. I turn it down the first couple times. So that's my only.
By the way, super honest and real. Thank you for that. I don't know that the feeling of that food noise ever fully leaves you. I don't. For me, the amount of times I drive past a gas station and have to will myself not to stop and not get flaming hot Cheetos is more often than I would like to admit. I have my own stress, and I don't even work at a hospital, right? So I think there's a few things. And what I saw in Biggest Loser is something that I want to give to you guys, and it's where we failed them and why a lot of their weight comes back on. And this is, I think, the greatest thing I can tell you with that food stress eating. there is as much mental muscle that we are working in here as we are physical. And on Biggest Loser, they were away at this ranch. We did all the grocery shopping. You had a world-class trainer showing up at their door, knock, knock, right? I did all the programming. I put them through it. They didn't have to work their own personal disciplines and drive. And that is a muscle that you will get better at. And so I actually love that you said, first time, got it. Second time, third time, shit. Okay, give me a donut, right? The reality is you're going to get better because it's going to be a fourth time, a fifth time, a sixth time, an eighth time. You will still say no. And the other thing, Dave, is there are sometimes you're like, today is a donut day and I'm going to have it. And that's okay. And so, I mean, there's a lot of things I can tell you. Yeah. Instead of Cheetos, I get like cruciferous vegetables and cucumbers and hummus. I get the crunch. I find ways to sidestep the behavior that I would offer to you. Find a protein bar that you love. Like I'm loving the David's bars that we talked about in the newsletter. Love them, the flavors. When I want something sweet, when you want that donut, have a David's bar ready. Okay. And that's, and so, because by the way, it's kind of momentary. You want something sweet, you want something satiating, your body wants to chew your teeth, you know what I mean? And then you'll pass it. So have something for those moments. But the reality is you're going to build those mental muscles stronger and stronger. And I think a lot of times we turn to food is because we haven't had a meal in a while. That's another thing I would tell you as a tactic. Don't go too long, Dave. Don't go too long.
Are you like a multiple, like more than 3 meal a day person? Remember how that was a trend for a while, like the 6 meal a day, or do you have any?
Listen, the human body is pretty cool. It'll do whatever you want it to do. So if you want 3 days and that's better for you mentally, go ahead. For me, I'm a little bit smaller throughout the day. I have a bigger meal at lunch now. That's better for me because if I don't do the bigger lunch meal, my dinner, it's like I'm cracking a beer. I've got cheese and crackers. I'm snacking on olives as I'm cooking. And then we spiral out for me. So know what your tendencies are and strategize around them.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Totally.
Thank you.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
Let's see. Gabrielle, go ahead.
Hi, it is so nice to see all of you. I just can't. Wow, it's nice to put faces to names. I'm really glad to be here.
Same, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not questioning the program. I learned my lesson. I read the article, okay, but I kind of am, I guess, because I took the time to read Stacy Sims' book, and she talks about for women, especially at my age, I'll be 50 in a couple months, that it is more beneficial for us to do lower reps at as high 90% of what 80-90% of what we can do. So that kind of sunk into my head. So occasionally I've been sitting here going, okay, they want 12-15. Maybe I should just raise my weight rate and go at a different way. So I didn't know if I should, I don't want to mess up the program. And then I was like, no, don't do that, because I got yelled at in the article, right?
Question for you. Where are you in the what program are you on right now?
I'm doing the intermediate dumbbell
foundation.
Yeah, I just like it. It's like doing it over and over
this
again.
is wonderful. So here's what's really important to point out. And by the way, Dr. Stacy Sims is a mentor of mine. I love the research she's doing, and I love what she's bringing to the table. So I know everything you're talking about.
That's why I read her. It was because I saw you. So,
thank you. Okay, so here's what's really important to realize for the kind of training that Gabrielle is bringing up. Stacy Sims talks about women going through perimenopause and menopause, working at a very, very high output, which is a 9 or 10 RPE, which is rate of perceived exertion, at a lower rep count. But what is not discussed in depth enough you see on social media and sometimes in the books is your body's ability to be prepared for the load. When I work with women in training programs, which by the way, wink, I'm working with Daniel and Adam about building some for the app as well. It takes time to transition and ready your body for those 4 reps, for those 5 reps. Your body, you can't go from lifting 12 to 15 and say, oh, this book says I should do 4s. You cannot make that jump. It's like saying, oh, I can run a mile, like a half a mile to warm up. So I'm going to do a marathon now. Your body is simply not prepared for that level of stimulus. That's for safety. That's for your body's load. It's, just your spine being informed with like that level of weight. So what we should do is discuss about how we can use this program that you're loving and transition to those lower reps. So you keep repeating the same program, it sounds like, with foundation intermediate. Right. But like show of hands on the screen, if you've got rep schemes in the program you're on that are like 6, 5, or 4. Like I know I have them. Yep. So
there are some in this too. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So you're doing, it doesn't mean every single set has to be there, but if you are working towards that, Gabrielle, you're in the right path for sure.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yep. Okay, let's go, Steve. Cavallo?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So good morning. First of all, thanks for doing these. These are awesome, these Zoom calls.
Yeah.
So definitely keep them up. So I'm doing the next level program right now. Just finished phase 1 last week, and one thing I'm noticing is for those like extremely high rep sets, like 15, 20 set reps, specifically for me, it's more on the stiff leg barbell deadlifts. I feel like my grip is going faster than everything else that should be being worked out. So like glutes, hamstrings, things like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm just wondering, like, am I increasing the weight too much by the time I get to those higher rep sets? I'm kind of
Great question.
judging myself. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. And ironically, Adam answered this question with us in Iron Ticket Day, which was really great. So you have to look at the prescription of the set. The set is not for a grip challenge. The set is for hamstring, glute, right? Posterior chain challenge.
Yep.
So my question first back to you would be, how does the load feel on your posterior chain, on your back, hips and legs?
It feels
Answer that for me
challenging.
first.
Yeah.
It
So
feels challenging, and
Yep.
and you feel like you're maintaining the proper position.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
So then what we want you to do, like the more you keep the bar in your hand, the more your strength will grow, right? And by the way, these are long sets. To me, anything above 10 might as well be a marathon in lifting. I am with you, like it's like double digits. What are you doing to me? So feel free to use a straps to make sure the work is where you want it, which is in that posterior chain. Now, I also said in person, like, if you don't want to use the straps and you're like, no, Jen, I really want to like get my grip going, the workout police are not going to give you a ticket if you do 12 reps, you put the weight down, you give yourself a shake, short shake. Don't take a minute off because we're going to lose the stimulus of the set. Get back on that bar, hit the rest of the reps, right? So I'll break up a set very briefly just to give my hands a rest when I need it, and then I get right back in there. So I think as long as you're creating the right composition with your body, don't change the weight, just your grip will rise to the occasion. But if anybody needs the straps or the wraps to make sure the work is where we need it to be, use them. It's all right. That's why they exist, right? Ronnie Coleman used straps. It's okay.
Yep. Yeah, I got straps, I got chalk
Great.
in my hands, everything like that. So I guess.
And one thing you could do, chalk it, use it. Don't you like what I would do if I was in your exact position? I'm like, I'm going to use my own grip till I can't. Put the bar down, quick wrap them on, finish the set with it. Make yourself do as much work as you can.
Okay.
And thank you,
It's
Noah.
like-
Noah just all caps yelled at us in the chat. Straps aren't cheating. Thank you, Noah.
Yeah, and I'll also say, as one of the most normally anti-straps people for deadlifts and almost everything, I use straps when I do stiff-legged deadlifts that are 12 to 20 reps every time, because my goal isn't building. I've already done almost always in this program a normal deadlift where I don't use straps. So I'm going to use them so that I'm really hitting my hamstrings and my glutes.
Great.
Sounds good. So then
Thank
I
you.
guess like follow-up question with that then. So don't drop the weight. Like if it's like 20 reps and I'm only hitting like 14, 15, don't drop the weight. Like just keep pushing and like
If
eventually
your
like
legs
get
can
there.
take it, do it. Yeah.
Yeah. So legs
Yeah.
can take it. It's my like forearms that are giving out before I hit the prescribed rep.
Don't drop the weight. Do the work.
Okay.
You
All
can do
right.
it. You can do it. Yeah. Good question. Pam, go ahead, babe.
My question's about the warm-ups. I'm doing the body weight, and the warm-up before actually starting the workout is almost like a mini workout in itself. So I'll be honest, I'm kind of skipping that and just doing a jogging warm-up for that. Yeah, Daniel, I see you not happy about that, but what's the reason behind the mini
The
workout before
reason,
actually starting on?
because we're priming your body for the work ahead. So we want your blood moving. We want your muscles to be signaled like, yo, Pam's about to get into some shit today, right? We want to let your body to be ready. And so there's a lot of physiological things that are invisible to the eye. You're like, this sucks. It's an extra workout. Meanwhile, your body's like, what's Pam doing? We got to go deadlift now. We're not even ready. So it's like the idea is priming your body for the work ahead is going to let you get so much more out of your session. Now, if you are feeling like a little overwhelmed with it, I'll be honest, Daniel, air muffs, sometimes I do 2 rounds instead of 3. If I'm a little short on time, okay, but don't skip it completely, okay? And plus, I like it too as a daily check-in, a little audit. How am I today? What am I feeling? What are my soreness levels? Am I tight anywhere? Does anything require a little more attention? And then finally, I also like it from the standpoint mentally, it gets me in the room. It's like, okay, phone down, life at the door, let's start to move. So when the workout starts, I've had that little buffer to get myself there mentally too.
And I'll say this is one of the most common questions in customer service because any of you who started at the beginner, starting from scratch level, know we start you off with jogging in place or walking in place as your warm up. That's because the starting from scratch workouts really start as what the later on warm ups will be because we're assuming you haven't trained. So your workouts you don't need to do a full warm up. The more advanced you get, the more you want to switch into a warm up that primes every muscle group you're going to train. Those rows are getting your back ready. By the way, the rows are my physical therapy for my busted shoulder too. That's what my physical therapist has me do. So they're getting your body ready for both pulling movements and they're lubricating your shoulders. So the further you go, the more your warm up needs to work for each muscle so that you go in ready to give it your all.
Great, Daniel. Yeah, there's nothing there that doesn't need to be there in your program. That's what I'm going to say to you. Okay. Beautiful. Thanks for that question. Lisa Sinclair. Unmute, honey. Take your time. It's okay. And by the way, I'm seeing everyone's comments when you have to leave the room. I know we have work. I know there's life. Thank you for coming and hanging. Don't worry. We'll have this recording. We'll put the recording in the article. Okay. Lisa, you're good. Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Hi, Jen. Nice to meet you. Hi, Daniel, and hi, Village. I've got a question. Well, actually, I've got stacks, but I'll just ask one. Yeah, I got so excited when I saw the notification. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 1 o'clock in Australia.
We will do more. Don't worry.
That's awesome. So Jen, I'm just wondering with the the lat pull down, seated lat pull down. At the moment, I'm doing 45 kilos, and my body weight's okay, cool. That's good. That's good.
Yes.
My body weight is around about 50 kilos. Now, what I'm wondering is that I do want to go up, like I'm ready to go up to 50 kilos, my own body weight. But what I find is that, because I'm a real shorty too, it kind of lifts me off the seat. And I'm wondering, do I just stay on 45 kilos and do more reps, or should I like get a spotter?
Question for you. In the lat pull down machine you're using, is there the little seat where your knees can go under? I wish I had somebody in the, go ahead.
No.
Okay. So a lot of lat pull down machines, when you'll sit down, right, you'll be here. There's a little like knee pad. You have nothing like that in your gym?
Nope.
So what I would say is I would get 2 like 30 or 40-pound dumbbells. I think you just got to be creative. Put them at your feet, slip your toes under them, stand up, get your toes under those weights, and sit down. And so you're going to have to engage a little quad and hip flexor and core, but then you'll be able to get up in that number. If for some reason that feels uncomfortable, you could absolutely stay at 48 kilos and slow down. You know, we talked earlier with April and Peggy about that intensity. You don't have to go up to feel more. Arnold, I was like, we were doing curls with 20 pounds and my biceps were on fire with the way we did it. So you could just really slow down and create more intensity. The other thing you said, spotter, that's it. You know, sometimes you've seen it in the past with bodybuilders, like someone will put their hands on your shoulders and keep you down. But that feels like I don't want you to have to depend on a workout that requires other people if your schedule doesn't allow. So that's where I would go. I don't know, Daniel, you have another comment on that, but that's where I would take her.
Yeah, I think the same thing. Like if you don't have the knee pad, you have to figure something out. You can also, at that point, it sounds like you may be ready to swap those out for chin-ups or something. And so if you don't have the knee pad, I mean, the lat pull downs at Gold, some of them have a full-blown seat belt on top of the knee pad, which I've seen Arnold use.
Wow.
Because Arnold and I will sometimes challenge each other to do the whole stack, and so he has to use it because it's much heavier than him. But if you don't have those options, you just work around it.
I'm definitely doing chin-ups as well. I've got 10 in now.
Great.
Well,
that's incredible.
And pull-ups as well. I do both. I do chin-ups and the pull-ups too. Can I just ask a quick question about grip strength, if that's okay?
Of course.
Oh, thank you. So with grip strength, my understanding is that it's really connected to longevity. And so I had a go today at doing a full hang with grip strength, and I got 2 minutes in, and I heard somewhere that men are meant to do 2 minutes and women are meant to do like 90 seconds. I'm just wondering, how many times a week should I do that?
I mean, by the way, just a little bit of this for you. Oh my gosh. I did 30 seconds the other day, and I was like,
I feel like this counts as a humble brag.
Yeah, I agree. You know, to me, it's for you, this is less prescriptive and more just like, do I still got it? Do it once a week. Do it once a week.
Yep.
Yeah, it's easy. And make it part of your warm-up.
Do it at the end of the workout.
Correct.
Though, don't ever add things to the front that are going to fatigue you for your actual work. But Coach Nick does dead hangs every week at the end of his workout, because it helps him with his grip, but it also helps him with his really messed up back. Hanging in that position.
Brilliant.
Makes sense.
I'm gonna take like 7 more minutes of questions, then go into the form check videos. So I'm gonna take a couple more. Alex, do you want to go next? And thank you, Lisa, for those questions.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Good to see you, Alex.
Hey, Jen, good to see you. How was really quickly? I want to jump in. How was the strength thing with Martins? Because I saw you did that recently. I've been doing that a few times with Justin.
Yeah. Props to Noah. Like it was a blast. Great coach, great focus, and I did better than I thought I would do. So it was really fun. But the shapes create a lot of thinking in your brain to try and get your head around it.
He's a great coach. I've learned so much from him.
He's wonderful. Yeah.
So here's my question. So I've been doing the Maximize Your Strength program. I'm on phase 2, which is absolutely brutal, by the way, but I'm getting through it. And I'm kind of like on the fence about upping the weights I've been using. So my question is kind of in 2 parts. So the first is, how do you overcome that hesitation? And like when you finally do, how much of an increase in weight should I start with? Like, should it be 5 or 10? And should it be like after every set, or what do you recommend?
So what you need, Alex, is data. You just need to put more weight on and give it a shot. So like, oh yeah, that was good. If I'm in a place where I'm like, that was hard, I think I could do more. I don't jump more than 5 or 10 pounds on any lift. If it's upper body, especially as a woman, I do a jump of 5. And my legs, I'm going to do a jump bigger than 10. and try it and pick it up. Let's say you got a set of 6, you do 2, you're like, oh man, that's heavy. But like you get it done, then you'll know. So you just need more data. You need to go for it. Like I said, there are no rules. Just because you commit to 10 pounds more in a deadlift doesn't mean you have to finish the set. Oftentimes I'll do a drop set, which means put on 10 more pounds. Let's say again, set of 6. Let's say I hit 3 reps and I'm getting stuck. Great, drop set, which means take the 10 pounds back off and finish there. And then you're like, okay, I'm kind of half stepping. I'm kind of close. So that's how you do it. But collect more data in your own body and just go for it.
Okay.
And remember, that program is all about pure raw strength. So as long as you have things in place, have safety bars when you're bench pressing, when you're squatting.
Yeah.
The goal is pushing. So until later on in phase 3, you're not going to have 1 rep deadlifts where it's a total fail. But then the worst thing that happens is the weight doesn't come off the ground. So what are you afraid of? It just won't move. And if you have safety bars in place for your bench, that was the single thing that took my bench from being stuck at 225 for years to 275, because suddenly it doesn't matter if it falls. I crawl out from underneath it. I look ridiculous, but I live.
Yeah.
So use the safety things, and remember that you picked a program that's designed to push your powerlifting total up. And that's not going up if you don't increase the weights every week.
Correct. Yeah. And by the way, you also said it could be set over set. It could be, there are no rules when it comes to pushing your boundaries. Just go for it. But I also like, for me, that's why I like working with, if you can get someone to spot you, I get safety stuff is great. You got to do it. We get it. Nothing like a partner with like just fingertips on the bar, making you take it to the top.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. All
Totally.
right. Thanks, buddy. Good to see you.
Yeah, you
too.
I'm going to
Jane,
leave all of you with Jen.
Yeah.
Because I have to go meet some of the pump clubbers for dinner. So
thanks for coming, Daniel. What a treat. Have
I'll see
fun.
you
Hug
guys
everyone
soon.
for us. Okay. Last question, Jane. That's all we have time for today. But like, if I didn't get to your question, just know I will do more of these. If you can't tell, I'm a middle child that absolutely loves this. And I don't want you to forget your questions. I see you, Zara. I see you, Evan. I'm sorry. I just want to, if anybody has more time, I can spend a little more time, but I don't want to leave anybody hanging. So go ahead, Jane.
Hi, Jen. Thanks for taking our
Hi.
questions and thanks for
Yeah.
everything you do. I have a cool situation where one of my older friends, close to 80 actually, he's wanting to start the Pump Club app and he's really excited. I'm wondering, do you recommend anything to like help support him as he's starting out, because he hasn't weightlifted in a while? And I just want him to get discouraged or anything as he goes through the foundation.
It's so sweet, Jane, because I'm smiling so big because you're already doing it. You're being a friend that says, this is what I've done. This is what works for me. And you are going to be that person for him that's inside and outside the app, helping him stay motivated. Now, I would encourage him to be vocal in the app. It's you know, so we can see him. I also realize, like, my father is 80. My dad, he barely knows how to text. So getting into an app and adding people, I can't imagine my dad doing it. But I think you being that like checking in, you touching base, but also encourage him to come to these community events, encourage him to participate in the articles, and just to keep coming to you with any questions if he gets stuck. But I also would say, as someone that's starting, like I said, there's a program that's laid out for everybody. And oftentimes it's like, it'll be like 3 sets of this exercise, or, 2 sets of like, even if they do 2 out of the 3 sets or 1 out of the 2 sets, as they're starting to onboard their body and their timing and their mind around it, that's a great place to start. Like, really, I look at lifting like a 0 depth pool. Don't go into the deep end, just walk casually, slowly, calmly, and happily. And basically, the further you get, it's like a kid, like, you're like, okay, waist deep feels good to me. I'm going to stop right here. And that will give him that autonomy in his body to kind of find his way.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
We can't wait to meet him. Make sure you collectively let us know so we can support him too inside.
Yeah, I'll tell him to make a post in the schmooze.
Yeah,
Thank
great,
you.
great. I am going to take these 2 more questions because people are saying you have time. So, Zara, am I saying it right? Am I pronouncing your name right? Great, Zara, go ahead. And still. Oh, go ahead. I interrupted. I'm going to interrupt you. The sound is it just on me or everybody? It's coming very distorted.
Yeah, same here.
So what I'm going to have you do, will you type your question? Something's going on with your audio. Type your question. I'm going to answer Evan first, and then I'll finish with you. I don't want to miss your question. Okay, great. Evan, go ahead, buddy, while he's doing this.
Right. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so 2 short ones. Number 1, I'm being slightly facetious. Have you cooked the soup yet?
Evan, I'm so sorry. I have traveled so much
bloody
and I
hell.
haven't done this. I know I'm a failure.
No,
I'm a failure.
I'm just winding you up. All good.
But only in the kitchen. But I did screenshot it to make the soup.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm
No, I'm just winding you up. I'm just
I
having
love
fun.
it. Wind me.
Second, when you talked about warm up, specifically as a late stage beginner, early stage intermediate for myself, Mike Israetel of Renaissance Periodization had an idea of if you're pressed for time, to skip warm up, go straight to working sets, but first set will be something like a 20 to 30 rep max when you specifically for hypertrophy. You do your usual working sets, say RPE 7-8, something like that, and then you go for your normal working sets. What's your thoughts on this as an alternative warm-up that's suboptimal, not as good as a real warm-up, but better than nothing?
I've done that. There's really, it's tough. Here's what I say. I think the people that have been training longer can take more liberties. So I've been doing sports since I was, 8 or 9 and lifting and being, so for me to jump in and do that max 1 set warm up to get your heart rate, blood flowing positions, I've done it. I've absolutely done it. And it's worked absolutely fine for me, but I've got a bit more of a history in my body and my bones and my muscles to do it. So I think I would not recommend that for beginners. But if you're like, nah, I'm getting there. You said you're, beginner, intermediate, your body, you've been in the pump for over a year. If you're short on time,
three-ish, but just mostly.
2.5 years. You're right. So I would say if you really are tight, I think it's okay. But
okay, thank you.
Yeah, don't overthink it. Yeah, of course. Okay, I see some waving. I know some people have to go. And by the way, Emily's daughter. Hi. That's so fun. Nice to 2 of the 5. Hi. Okay, what I'd like to do is jump into the form check videos that were sent in. Okay. Oh, wait, this is great. I'm seeing, Zara, your question came through. Here we go. Got it. Okay. It's been a journey, came 80 pounds lighter, best shape. Okay, so I'm going to read it to everybody. It's been a journey. I've come from 80 pounds lighter, and I'm in the best shape of my life since joining the Pump Club in August. I turned 39 June 4th. Happy birthday, almost. Let's see. I'm almost finished with the foundation. Me too. And I'm maxing out my weight sets in most of my exercise. I do body weight with no machines using weighted vest and wraps. Amazing. So what's the question? I feel like I should hire you as my coach. Oh, here we go. I'm looking into getting power blocks, but saving money debating cans with concrete. So listen, I during the pandemic, I did something called third monkey training. It's basically like using cement, like homemade equipment to do it. When it comes to lifting, yeah. When it comes to lifting, if you've maxed out your weights, it's time to get more. And it's a really exciting time in a lifter's world. But also you're like, man, I got to save money for that now. You used to save money for vacations. Now you're saving money for barbells and weights. So you can absolutely do that with paint cans and concrete. I absolutely love it. There are no rules. The handles are going to be a little weird. You might want to wear gloves. Doesn't matter. Moving weight is moving weight. Okay. There are no rules around that. But to your question here, increasing the tension with working with lower weights. So the idea is don't just look about moving your body A to B in motion. You're literally squeezing the muscles. Everybody sitting right now can just squeeze their hands, fists, biceps, and create tension in their body, right? You can do this. And it's like that tension put into the actual movement is going to help you elevate things. The other thing you can do, Zara, is move slower. Gravity is the fastest way to make your weights heavier. So if you, even with the paint cans, right, are moving like this, go slow, 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 slow. Pressing, slow, 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 slow. Let me tell you what, when you put the brakes on, the weights get heavier. So that's what I would recommend if you're kind of short, you're outgrowing your stacks. Yep. Yeah. And I also agree with what Daniel said to us, the art of tension. What's Adam's article? Maybe someone can pop it. Art of tension. I was right. Thank you, April. Okay. Okay. That's what I would do. But great questions and congratulations. Keep going. So now what's fun is like to lose 80 pounds. Now we get to pack some muscle back on. So my goal for you is like, hey, like keep like, let's gain 10, right? Let's put 10 back with muscle. It'd be a lot of fun. Beautiful. Okay, I am going to do a screen share. And by the way, even though if this isn't your video, I want everybody to stay. I should take less than 10 minutes to do this so we can wrap. You can learn so much from watching other people move. So that's what I'm going to do. Noah, if that's okay, can I swap over to Great. Okay. Brilliant. Let's see. Okay. Let's do Kate's videos first. Okay. So Kate's got dumbbells doing a deadlift. So I'm going to hit play. I'm going to let it go through once so everyone can see and make their own assessment. And then I'm going to talk about it. Great breathing, great depth, great weight. Okay. So I'm going to let this run a second. I notice a couple things. Oh, she's getting a little fatigued. The range of motion starting to go away a little bit. Ah. Okay, so taking a pause. Stopping sharing. I realize she has way bigger weights than me, but we're gonna do this together. Okay. Couple things I want to point out with deadlifting with dumbbells. So I liked what Kate was doing. She had great weight and she had great range. As she got tired, things started to change. One thing with dumbbells, she was in front. Her body weight was a little bit more forward. Okay. She was almost here. So she was rounding her shoulders to get lower with her weights. And she left her butt a little higher. Right? What I really like about the advantage of dumbbells is you can put them right at your sides. Use them to your advantage if you're dumbbelling at home, because now they are stacked right next to my hips. I go down and I'm driving. I take all of this motion away of transferring the weight forward and back. Okay. So what I would recommend you to do is I let my fingertips touch my quads all the way down. I like my elbows to try to touch my knees. And then I'm driving up, okay? If you want to stay in front though. So instead of going forward and back, and she was doing a lot with her traps, put those weights right in front, connect them, simulate the barbell, commit to that posture, and go. So you can go down and drive, okay? The biggest thing I saw, and what I would probably tell Kate to do, is you could see her reps look really good in the beginning, and as they went on, they suffered. I would drop set it. Put those 50s down, grab 45s, reset, and get back and finish the set with the right angles, okay? Versus being more tilted up. Because by the end, Kate was doing a little bit more of an RDL with a bit of a rounded spine versus staying that really good stacked hinge with deadlift, okay? But great work. I love that. The breathing, she kept the breath in, exhaled as she went. That made me really happy. Okay, let's see. Next up. By the way, I love these videos from the side. I would love them from the front as well. If you guys are sending in videos, I can see only so much from the side. I would love more from the front. Great straight spine. I like how his chin is up. This looks really good. He's using a trap bar. One thing, let's see if I can pause it. Oh, I can't do it without letting the screen go dark. Oh, there we go. This is a pretty good composite. Coach Nick always talks about the triangle right here. There's a little triangle with my arrow you guys can see. So we're doing a great job hitting that position. In my opinion, his hips are still a little high, right? And by the way, I have the same issue with my deadlifts, and Nick's talked to me about them too. You don't want to do an RDL, you want to do a deadlift. So if you can get your hips slightly lower and your thoracic spine a little bit more switched on, you're going to be able to do more than, and with heavier weight. Let's see. So true barbell here. I'm stopping it right now. Did everybody see that? I'm going to start it over. Great starting position. Tell me what you see. I'm going to pause really quick, stopping my share. Do you guys see? Do you guys see what I see? Okay, so we've got to bring the Swiffer out. Here we go. We have this beautiful starting position. She's locked in. She's ready to go. Woo. Everybody saw it? I'm going to play it one more time for you. And now, instead of loading, I mean, by the way, guys, we've got so much good muscle back here. And when she released her hips, she took out a big percentage of that strength. And then she had to pull from here. Now, again, a beautiful stiff leg deadlift, but I want you to keep those hips down. And I'm going to play it one more time just in case you missed it. A lot of people do that, and it comes through this enthusiasm to like, I want to get the lift. I want to try hard. And the hips will go without the shoulders. So you just want to make sure. I'm going to start this here, that the shoulders here and the hips here, they go up at the same time. Okay, I'm going to play it one more time. Got it? So really think about that as you're going. And her hips end up staying high, and that's why she's struggling a little bit to get the weight down in front. Okay, you've got to drop the hips with the shoulders, and she's fulcruming around instead. Okay, let's do our final submission. That's a strong, strong person. I don't have your name on this video. He has a unique approach to the barbell. He kind of moves his hips and down his spine. He does flatten out that spine. By the way, I loved how exhausted he was. By the way, that's a 9 and 10 RPE. That's what you want. What I would offer in this video, I actually really like the composite. Let's see if I can stop it partway through. Let's get it set up. So this looks pretty gorgeous. One thing I'm missing, see, elbows are next to knees. We've got the triangle. His back is relatively pretty flat. I'm missing this connection in his thoracic spine. Eddie Cohen is probably hands down the best American power lifter that ever lived. He did it without the suits, without the straps and all the stuff. But he always teaches, get that thoracic spine up. So if you're here, can you guys see my video? Alex, can you see me? I can see you. Am I still on? Yeah, great. So if you're here, you've released this tension. You want to think about really coming out, bringing your thoracic spine up and through versus kind of leaving it behind. Because as you see, he's with the arrow, he's released some of that tension and he's starting without that in place. And you can see it in both reps. You can see that weight pulled him down a little bit. Okay. We get one more chance to take a look. Everything looks really awesome. But if he got that thoracic spine, and I always just think about bringing it up and through versus leaving it behind facing the ground. Okay. So it's a nuance. I mean, and that I thought, I mean, overall deadlifting is hard whenever that bar gets heavy, and he maintained really good position, but that nuance with that thoracic spine is going to make a difference for him as the bar gets heavier. Because what's going to happen is if you don't have that intact, the bar is not going to let you move. Awesome. Okay. Brilliant. Okay. I kept my promise. 9:15. We did it. This has been so fun, and seeing your faces, and just thank you for spending your morning with me. I'm seeing all the blowing of the kisses. Thank you. We will do more of these. If you didn't have a question today, at least you learned something from someone else's question. Is anybody here going to the meetup in Vienna? Oh, great. Okay, Sarah's going. Eat some schnitzel for us, will ya? Have so much fun. I'm excited to do more of these things, and obviously we'll have meetups and more coming. Anything to close out, Noah? No? Okay.
Yeah, thank you guys. I mean, I don't really have much to say. I'm just the tech guy, but thanks.
No, it's great. Come on, you're a big part of the team. So just know that this recording, if you want to take a little peek at it, if you see people in the app saying, where is it? Where is it? We're going to embed this recording right in the article that we announced the Zoom call in. So please help us track that down. If people missed it, just say it's right here in the article. And we got you. Anita, you're welcome. Everybody, you're welcome. April, I saw you turn on your screen. You got one more thing to say. Take us home.
Hey, guys, pump it up. Let's go.
I mean, listen, who else better to say it? Pump it up. Okay. Have a great weekend. I'll be the same.
And then the
Have a
last
great
thing
weekend.
is,
Yes.
this will also be on YouTube. So once this is in the newsletter, then I'll put it on the Pump YouTube as well. So it'll be on there too.
Thank you, Noah.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right, guys. Have a great weekend. Get pumped. Woo!
Bye, guys.
Lots of love. See you.